Welcome, 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 collectives. My name is Ora-gen, and this is the Ora-gen Channel. I want to thank you so much for being with me here today for this reading. No matter what time of day it is that you found this reading, I'm super grateful that you're here. Well, beautiful collectives, I'm so glad to be back with you again. This has been an eventful week. Matter of fact, an eventful few weeks. A lot of energy moving around, a lot of downloads on different topics, but all of the downloads seem to all kind of weave their way into one overall theme. At least that's what I've been seeing. Definitely, if you've noticed things about the energy, current events, how you've been feeling energetically and emotionally, feel free to place that down there in the chat or discussion right there with this video. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Okay, guys, so speaking of downloads, we're going to do a part 1 and part 2 video again because I wanted to hop on here and talk about a recent download. This was on the date of Sunday, September 29 of 2024. So that's 9/29 of 24 or 9/29 of 2024. Just in case those numbers hold significance for you or those are numbers that you have seen popping up around you. And you can definitely check online by just entering the numbers to understand more about the spiritual significance, really, of 2s and 9s. So, guys, really interesting download. Actually, I would say it was very lucid, very vivid, very bizarre. But I gotta give the message. So I'm going to give the more edited version of this download due to the nature of some of the things that I was able to see during the download. I want to make sure that I keep the reading kind of general audiences, if you know what I mean. So basically, I was looking at a space that was like a village. And this place was an indoor space that people went to relax or to heal, kind of like a retreat. But everything indoors was very lush with greenery and almost like the feel of a village. And inside of this space, there were whirlpools, waterfalls, greenery. There was even little kiosks and little areas where people could get teas and refreshments and things from the vendors that were present inside of this area. Now, inside of this space, you also had relaxation services that you could, I guess, have an appointment or go for these relaxation services. Here's where the dream or the download gets very interesting. These areas that you would go into for relaxation services were not really what they seemed. When you entered the space, it was very cold. It was very clinical. It almost had a feel like a hospital room. And that's because the services being offered there were not relaxation services. So definitely something in this download about things being presented one way and actually being quite something different. As a matter of fact, not only were they not offering the services that were purported to be offered, people were going into these spaces and kind of basically getting hazed. things happening to them that were not what they had signed up for. I really want to put emphasis on this part of the download. After this occurred, then I was taken into another area to relax, given a robe and taken into the spa whirlpool area. And the team members that worked in this village or community that was indoors, they all had clinical outfits on, every last one of them. So once again, there was more indicators that something was not right. Something was off about what was being presented and what it actually was. I want you to really zero in on that. After being seated in the whirlpool, I was able to observe light workers and chosen ones, individuals with gifts and abilities that were able to show those gifts and abilities, and those individuals were being encouraged to not show their gifts and abilities, but rather to funnel their, gifts and abilities into other processes, activities that were more, air quotes, suitable and appropriate. So here's another point I want you to really key in on, is that people who had gifts and abilities were being encouraged to suppress those gifts and abilities in order to maintain, what's the word I want to use? The appearance, or an appearance that was more acceptable to the individuals who were running this establishment, this village, this space. There were also rooms where you could stay, but those rooms also were very clinical. And it looked to me like these were spaces where individuals were undergoing treatment because, once again, they were not in alignment with the program. So there was a lot here in this download about individuals who are speaking their truth, sharing their gifts and abilities, stepping into these spaces with confidence, or at least feeling comfortable to step into these spaces. And these other individuals associated with this villa or village, this operation that was supposedly for healing and rest and retreat, which it wasn't, encouraging people that entered this space to stop doing what they're doing. And it was so subtle that it appeared to be one thing, but actually it was another. And the whole ruse was to get individuals to relax, to kind of not see what was happening, and to allow themselves to be persuaded into doing something different than what they were currently doing in their journey. And by their journey, I mean their soul path journey, their gifts and abilities, what have you. So this is the major thrust of the download. There's so many different key areas because the download was so lucid. Like, I was able to clearly see things and interact with others in the download. So there's a lot of information here, but I wanted to really zero in on the key points that I feel are most beneficial to the collectives at this time. I might do another video later with more details, but at this time I felt that this was the best way to recount the download to those of you who resonate with this message. So there's a lot here about establishments, organizations, things that are set up to look a certain way, but that's not truly what they are. And also how these are being utilized to discourage, suppress, or encourage individuals who are light workers, star seeds, chosen ones, individuals who are here to assist with helping to move the human populace and Gaia into a new earth energy. And how these ones were being tricked, manipulated, veiled, whatever term you want to use to describe a situation where someone is being manipulated into not doing what it is they are here to do. Really strong emphasis and energy on that. Okay, guys, let's get into the pull here and see what energy is coming up around this topic of the villa or the village, however you want to look at it. Just going to give the deck a shuffle, and I've already cleared the cards and pre-shuffled. We're just going to give a little bit of shuffle here. Yeah. All right, guys. Okay, Spirit. Messages for the collective on the energy coming through today. Wow, that first one just popped right out. Number 23 from the Guides of the Hidden Realms deck. Gratitude is dreaming. The manifesting power of gratitude. The law of praise. This was in reverse when it flipped out, guys. That's the way it came out. Very interesting. More clarifying energy. Let's get like 2 more of these cards and then we can pull on those. We have number 19 on the table. Begin with faith in spring. This one is upright and it's talking about beginnings, innocence, fertility, and growth. Very interesting. We're going to get one more card out of here. Yep, that'll work. This one is also in reverse. This is number 24, excuse me. Surrender to the change. This one is interesting artwork as well because there seems to be some sort of ancient script or writing on this being's throat chakra. Very interesting. It's in reverse. The art of allowing, resilience, and adaptability. Oh, wow. This is what some of the readings have just been wild recently. I mean, absolutely wild. Because some of this energy is just so directly what it was. Or what it is. That's interesting I said what it was. I think that energy is coming through because some of these energies have just been present or around whomever resonates with this message for a very long time. Potentially since the start of your journey here, this incarnation. But as I look at these 3 cards here, the gratitude is dreaming in reverse. It's interesting because it's talking about manifestation, like the power that gratitude has and how it helps to draw your manifestations and the things that you want to experience and are in alignment for you. That power of gratitude helps you to do that. And the law of praise. So that's tied in with that gratitude energy, being thankful for things, having an energy of thankfulness and gratitude. It's a high vibrational energy. And other energies pick up on this energy when you are present. And it's interesting that this card came out in reverse, especially when we think about the download and there being others around the individuals in this space that were really trying to suppress, limit, and or hinder the growth, the evolution, the advancement of beings and others that were in this facility or in this place. So it doesn't shock me that this card came out in reverse. I think we're just getting more clarifying information about really what that theme inside of the download truly means, which is that there are energies that are resistive confirmation to the work that whomever resonates with this message is doing. And this may have been something that's been following you, or you've been experiencing or dealing with for a very long time. I'm talking about going back into early childhood. And that's probably why that's in reverse. If a person is not in a higher vibrational state of gratitude, it is harder for them to manifest. It is harder for them to evolve and to grow. And so if you have a resistive energy that is not in alignment with what you are doing in your soul path work, the goal there would be to, block, hinder, limit, put a ceiling on that energy such that your vibration drops and you're not as easily able to draw in what it is that supports you and assists you to continue down that path. And please remember, guys, for energies that are resistive, the whole goal is to stop you from continuing down a path. That is the entire goal. So it's not surprising to me that this card came out inverted. Number 19, begin with faith in spring. So this one is upright. It talks about beginnings, innocence, fertility, growth. See, I'm getting a few different energies from this card as it relates to this particular download. Something here in the energy about, like I mentioned before with the other card, these resistive energies, or these energies that have wanted to inhibit your growth or keep you from calling in your manifestations that would help you to move further down the path that you're on. These have been with you since your spring, especially when I look at the card and it's talking about fertility and growth and innocence. This is giving me a childhood energy. So whomever resonates with this message may have had experiences that were very challenging or difficult during their childhood years. And maybe even to this day, you don't quite understand, why did all of that happen to me? Why did all of these things occur? Why did I have it so hard? Why was it so difficult? And it's not always about, maybe having it difficult due to lack of monetary resources or physical resources. It could be bullying. It could be racial discrimination. It could be just generally not fitting in with friends and family and being isolated and treated like an outsider. It can be lots of areas. And this is not to downplay not having basics that you needed. That is very challenging. So there's so many areas where a person's mindset can be, what's the word I'm looking for? Where their mindset can be affected, thank you, Spirit, from an early age. And this will in turn create core beliefs that later span out into a person's young adult and adulthood. So it creates personal limitation for them. So it's not surprising to me that these energies that are inverted right next to this card, and it's so interesting, the image on both of the cards looks similar. It almost looks like the same being in the center of the first card, but it's inverted and it's enclosed. Yes. The second card here, the being is not inverted. It's upright and it's not enclosed in anything. It's open to the expanse. And this is how you came here. This is how you incarnated, with that natural ability, those natural gifts. And it looks like these resistive energies immediately started popping up in your space, and you began to have experiences that would seem to suppress, limit, or create problems for you. The other thing that I'm getting from this card, number 19, is that for those of you who resonate with this message, you are in a new beginning. You are in a new beginning. This is your springtime. For many of you who resonate with this message, you are going through another level of awakening. Another level of awakening. So you've gone through many awakenings in this incarnation, but you're going through another one. These energies know, especially ones that have been watching you go through these transitions of growth, and they've been rocky for whomever resonates with this. It's been challenging. But for those of you who resonate, these energies that have been watching you go through these transitions can see that this is a big one. This is a transition that is going to catapult you, even skyrocket you into the next level of your phase here. And for these energies, that is most uncomfortable, most unacceptable. They would love to, give you some tea that calms that down, or put you in a whirlpool and tell you, oh, just don't pay attention to all those goals. Just kind of sit down and relax, take it easy. Don't focus on all that. They would love to give you or serve you a distraction that keeps you from going down the path that you are presently on. That is the greatest threat to them. I'm going to pull some cards on this energy here, but it is interesting. Number 24 is in reverse. So it's like we have a card in reverse, then we have you upright and another card in reverse. It's giving me the energy of someone who has been surrounded by resistive energies for a very long time, like literally on all sides. Could even be that you're starting to notice this, or you have noticed this and you started removing barriers, boundaries that exist in others, people that have been around you and have been inhibiting or pulling on your energy. It could be for those of you who resonate with this part of the message that you have been stepping away from, going silent on, disappearing on these kinds of energies. And it's like they've got their little energetic fingers out searching. Well, where did so-and-so go? I haven't heard from them in a while. You might even be getting a lot of phone calls, text messages, people reaching out to you because you've disappeared from their vantage point. But from your vantage point, you haven't gone anywhere. You're just not dealing with these energies. Number 24, surrender to the change. In reverse, this is the one I mentioned where the being has the ancient writing on their throat chakra and their pineal gland is lit up and there's orbs all around them. It says the art of allowing resilience and adaptability. It's in reverse. I get two things from this particular card. So one thing I get is that in relation to you, obviously, if we constantly are dealing with resistive energies, the purpose of it, as I mentioned before, is to stop you, hinder you, block you, pause you, get you off your path, put you back to sleep, whatever variation of getting you to stop we can think of. So when this card is speaking about surrendering to change and the art of allowing and resilience and adaptability, it's to get you to surrender to these energies that are working to hinder, stop, or block you, to get you to stop doing what you're doing, to surrender to the systemic process, as opposed to continuing down your path. And it could have even been people that you know that aren't people who are energy based, or maybe they're not spiritual, maybe they're religious, maybe they're not at all, maybe they're, they don't really deal with spirituality and religion at all, but they have a strong opinion when it comes to what you're doing. They may not have an opinion on anything else, but when it comes to you, they have a lot to say. I'm picking that up very strong for whomever resonates with this message. Also, the other thing that I pick up from this card is that collective is someone who is in an energy of allowing resilience and adaptability. They understand that it's important to be like water, and they've had to do it many times in their incarnation here during this timeline. No matter how challenging it's been, it's the only option they've had. And so they've really had to rely on their spirit team, on the supports that they have around them that have been with them since they've arrived here. Their higher knowing, their higher self, and tapping into that, whether you were aware of it as a child cognitively, or it was just second nature to you and you didn't really know why you had a strong intuition to look at something a certain way. Doesn't matter. You were tapping into those gifts. People around you saw and understood that you were unique and special in that way. They saw it. Which might also be why they began the process of really trying to move you onto a different track. Because when people don't understand things, they fear it. They don't understand why someone comes here and is able to discern and look at things a certain way, and they're fearful of it. So it is your ability, your natural ability to allow, to be resilient and adaptable, that has created some shock and alarm in some of those people on both sides of you, or the energies that surround you. Let's put it that way, because it's not always a person. Sometimes it's an energy. It could be a person, place, or thing, right? Whatever the case, it's definitely been something that has created an energy of hindrance or blockage for you. So when I think about this in relation to the download about the villa and the people in the clinical coats represent an energy of individuals who would seem like they're helpful and there to support your health and growth. And the people around you might have even thought that they were doing the right thing by engaging with this energy, by encouraging you to look at other avenues for growth rather than the ones that you were naturally or intuitively drawn to. They may not have known cognitively, oh, this is not good for this person. This is resistive towards this person. And that's not to let them off the hook, especially in situations where the energy was very intense. It's just to state how all of this might have looked to you. Well, this person is helpful. This person's in a position that is meant to help me. But instead, you are finding a feeling coming up of, why do I feel like I'm not on the right path? Why do I feel like I'm not engaging in the right studies in school? Or why do I feel like I'm not in the right career? I know that so-and-so that encouraged me to do this really cares about me. Why would they do that if this isn't correct for me? And that is simply because, collective, that understanding of what is correct for you is something that you must intuitively tap into. It's not something that you can rely upon others to show you, give you, put you on the path. Chances are, if you were to explain to others why you feel strongly about it, they might not even get it in the first place to understand how to guide you. You are strongly being encouraged here, especially with number 24, and that pineal gland that is lit up to really tap into your higher self. And also the ancient writing that is on the throat chakra to really utilize that energy from your knowingness and speak. Speak your truth and do exactly what it is that you need to do. No one can do it for you. Wow. I'm going to use these more like basic oracle today instead of reading the meanings. I really want to intuit into the energy. We're going to go into what's the vibe. I haven't pulled that deck in a minute, so we're going to shuffle here and see what we've got. Let's just move these over here. Okay. Wow. I want to just check the energy here and see how these messages specifically relate to this download and what it means for the collective. Spirit, let's pull on the first card, which is gratitude. Gratitude is dreaming. Number 23. Let's see what this is the one where we have the being inverted, enveloped in a heart. And it's something in the energy here about blocking collective's ability to engage in gratitude or higher vibrational practices that help elevate you in your gifts and abilities. This is why it's inverted, which totally makes sense with the download. Okay. Jeez Louise, not this energy. Okay. So we have a card here. This one is paranoid. Speaks about cautious, insecure, and guarded. That came right up on top of that energy of trying to lower your vibration or block your gratitude energy that draws things for you. It's part of your gift, whomever resonates with this message. There's a paranoid energy that has been around you that's cautious, insecure, and guarded. So for some of you in the collective, you might have noticed that, like I mentioned before, there were individuals around you who would seemingly be helpful or wanting to assist or encourage, or people that you might naturally go to for encouragement because they're family or friends. And you might have noticed responses from individuals when you had an idea or something that you felt strongly about, something that you shared that was on your heart. And these responses were not what you would have expected from a person like that. They may have sounded non-supportive, or they may have sounded paranoid about maybe you going down a certain path and tried to discourage you. They may have just generally not gotten the sense of what you were trying to say, and then later it came back in a worried or anxious energy, stating that they were concerned about you because, they don't think that that idea is good because you won't have a regular paycheck. I don't know. Whatever the energy is, whatever the idea is that you brought up, instead of them being supportive, they may have been in more of a non-supportive or paranoid energy. Overly cautious. You might have picked up weird boundaries from these individuals. So it could be that Spirit is really speaking about why these individuals that were around whomever resonates with this message were trying to, in effect, lower your vibration. But really, they were doing this because they didn't understand. They were paranoid. They understood something about you that didn't make sense to them, and they went into more of a fearful energy. And this might be why they engaged in these behaviors of trying to shut down your vibrational, response, your natural vibrational state. That's the thought that's coming through. Your natural vibrational state. They did things that would affect it. But little did they know, they were really, honestly, being utilized like a tool or like a NPC like a non-playable character in a video game. You know, this is what happens when people step into roles and take it upon themselves to get you on the right path. People really need to think about when they start to engage with energies like that or start to have thoughts like that, what's really driving this? Why would I want to control what someone else is doing? If people would stop to think about that, then they would be utilized as a tool way less. This happens frequently because people go into autopilot and just start doing things. I'm making an air quote sign. Okay, yeah. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. So the other card we have here is Epiphany. Self-reflection, answered questions, untapped talents. This is coming up here for number 19. Begin with faith in spring. It's in the upright. This is about who you are, your awakening, your constant levels of awakening, and how it's like a new beginning for you. And that early life, early childhood energy, and all of the things that you came here feeling naturally were possible. Those lights that others may have tried to dim. That's why the Epiphany card is coming up. In this image, the person is holding up a light bulb. They're having a light bulb moment. Some of you in the collective who resonate with this message may have recently had a light bulb moment, either about your awakening, about others around you, about information coming up, about energies that have been hindering or trying to block you since childhood. A lot of you are having strong epiphanies at this time. And others around you, when you were younger in your early childhood years, may have also had epiphanies about you because they saw something different and unique in you in your early years. We have nurturing in reverse. That's unfortunate. This is over here for the surrender to change. Yeah. Mentorship, wisdom, giving back. What did I mention earlier in this poll? I said that it is possible that the people in the download with the clinical coats that were walking around that were supposed to be helpful to the people who were at this villa or this village, this place where people were supposed to go to have a moment for retreat, relaxation, and healing, really wasn't that. It's the illusion of that. This is why the nurturing card is in reverse. I mentioned that there may have been people that collective members who resonate with this message may have went to for mentorship, for wisdom, for guidance, and didn't receive it. Or they received what they believed was that, but really it was a blocking, limiting, or hindering energy. And so there might be some of you who resonate with this message that feel very strongly about the lack of support that you received or the support that you received not being in alignment with what you needed. Please know that you're not on an island and that definitely at this time you can give that to yourself along with your guides, your spirit team, and your soul tribe, because a lot of you have soul tribe and people who are of like mind coming in, even if you've been isolated for a very long time. So when I look at this card in relation to the surrender to change in reverse, it's a lot of people that were uncomfortable with you, whomever resonates with this message. Uncomfortable with you, your gifts, your abilities, the way you view things. Never mind the fact that, you know, the crystal children and the indigo children, or the indigo children and the crystal children actually came here to start the process of creating new ways of looking at things and new ways of doing things. Almost like the blueprinters. Never mind that fact. It didn't matter. This person or these people that were around you did not understand. They were not willing to change for whomever resonates with this aspect of the message. And so you may have been dealing with resistive energies from these ones for a very long time. I really want to go deeper, but I'm kind of limited on time today, so we're going to go into the next deck because I think we get the gist of what the messaging is here with this. Let's go into Angel Wisdom Oracle. And we're just going to pull some cards here on what you can do to help with how to view these energies and how to move forward. That's what I want to definitely give you before we close today, is a way to move forward. How to view these energies and how to move forward. Spirit, let's go on ahead and pull a card for each of these. Messages for the collective. Let's have it pop right out. We're going to do one right on top of the first pile. Number 23. Let me place that over there. Okay, these two keep popping. Okay, so we have joy and breathe. For number 23, speaking about trying to affect your vibration. Okay, so you're being encouraged to stay in a higher vibration, obviously. And joy is where you want to tapping into things that you're passionate about. It says, when I feel happy, I manifest more reasons to be happy. And was not the first card, number 23, gratitude is streaming. It says the manifesting power of gratitude. And now we have the joy card coming out, speaking about being happy and manifesting more reasons to be happy. You are getting a double confirmation here, guys. It says the angel reminds you that when we choose happy thoughts and set intentions to live joyfully, we are setting ourselves up for success and contentment in all areas of our lives. Need I say more? You're being encouraged that no matter what energies are around you, it is paramount that you keep your vibration up. Because the whole purpose of lowering the vibration is to get you off your path. So you have to keep your vibration up. Tap into your joy. Tap into your passions. Do more of the things that you love. I don't care if it's hobbies or just walking outside. Tap into things weekly, daily, that you love, that keep your vibration up. Breathe. This one was in reverse. Inhale, I am relaxed. Exhale, I'm at peace. And that might be a mantra that you can use when you take an inhalation and an exhalation. It says deep breathing calls us back to the moment. It slows us down, taps us into our senses, and reorients our minds. The angels ask, if you find yourself stressed, filled with racing thoughts, or unable to focus, please remember to breathe. Okay? So this was in reverse. So it is possible that some of you are not engaging in regular breath work, or this could represent taking a moment. That might be something that many of you need to do. This one fell right on top of new beginnings. This is part of your energy work that you're doing with this particular awakening. For some of you, as I mentioned before, along with this awakening, there are such great shifts and currents and energies right now that there are moments that are extremely challenging. And for you who resonate with that aspect of the message, you are being encouraged to breathe. Use the mantra, inhale, I am relaxed. Exhale, I am at peace. I'm just going to flip this upright because I know after hearing this, this will be a confirmation, and you all will begin to start to use the process of breath work to help yourself through those challenging periods. Maybe as a child, you kind of like held your breath when you felt stressed. I don't know. But you're definitely being encouraged that this is part of your healing and growth work. Let's get one more here. We had 2 pop. Okay. 3. And this one is for surrender to change. You all, once again, we have passion, courage, and money. Your inner passion and the courage that you continue to display, collective, is going to lead to, for some of you, a very large monetary gain. And this is not to say it's all about money, but definitely for many of you, you are going to be moving into positions where you are well taken care of and you don't have to worry about basic financial needs. That will no longer be an issue. It will be a thing of the past. This came out with number 24, surrender to change. You're being encouraged to utilize your passions, stay in a state of courage, and watch the universe take care of you. The passion card says the universe is always guiding me toward my passions. The angels ask you to act and follow what you believe in with all your heart. You have come to this earth to fulfill a mission, unleash your full potential, and engage in activities that bring pleasure. Amazing. This is so in alignment with our reading today and the encouragement that you've been getting here of how to move through these old energies or whatever is still remaining of these old energies and any new ones that might try to enter your space. You will be well aware of what those look like now. You are being encouraged here to really tap into your passion. That's going to lead you down your path. And that's exactly what those energies were trying to limit or inhibit. The courage card says, my bravery increases with each step in the right direction. The angels remind you that you become more confident and courageous by facing your fears daily. Each time that you face fear, it slowly begins to wither away. And as a result, you start to grow into the courageous person you're meant to become. Yeah, so for a lot of you, you've had to stand up to, this reminds me of the being with the ancient inscription on their throat chakra and their pineal lit up. You've had to learn how to use your voice, to set boundaries, to speak up against people that have been manipulative, gaslighting, abusive, whatever it is. You've had to maintain constant vigilance about these things or to step into an energy of courage. And for some of you, you're just now really opening up your throat chakra about some of the things that you have been through with some of these energies. You're being encouraged to step further into this energy as it's going to help you to cut away or carve away things that are limiting and blocking and help you to move down your path. Any energies that have been presenting themselves as helpful but have truly been a blockage for you, those things are going to start to reveal themselves. People are going to start to say things that let you know, I see you. You'll be able to see very clearly here in a minute if you're not already beginning to see these things. And then money. I am tapped into the universal supply of money. The angels ask you, cut back on your spending and get the most of your money in line with things that are most important to you. Angel number 88888 is a message to learn to manage your money better, as it can help you become financially secure and provide a safety net for unpredictable situations. So you all have money coming in, and you're also being encouraged how to view money differently. For some of you, Money has been a way to give yourself a reward or something, or a way to tap into feeling better, almost like a serotonin or dopamine hit when things have not been going well. But you're being encouraged to really understand more about how to better manage your money and your finances, especially for some of you who have really large amounts of money coming your way due to whatever projects you're working on. And as the fruition of that comes in, you'll need to understand and have a different energetic connection with money so that it can serve your purposes better and be more available to you for the work that you're doing here. So super important. Okay, I'm going to pull one more card here from the Work Your Light Oracle just to close out. Very powerful reading. Guys, if you are enjoying the readings here on the Ora-gen Channel, please do like, share, and subscribe. And definitely hit the all button, because if you don't, you more than likely will not get all of the notifications for the channel. This has to do with the way YouTube works. So definitely encouraging you, like, share, subscribe. If there are videos that you feel someone else could benefit from, share them. You might be the connection between what a person needs to hear. If you've heard something, don't be afraid to share information with others that you feel can benefit them. Okay, let's see. We need one more card for the collective. What message do we have here? Something supportive and helpful from their guides, those who resonate with this message, their spirit team. Something that's generally supportive for the collective. Oh, there we go. I love it. The last card out is Dance with Life. Do something to change your energy. Once again, there's two people here involved in a very beautiful, vigorous dance. Okay? You all are being encouraged. And there's a gateway in front of them, like a archway that's really like a portal with the moon on the other side. It's a whole other world on the other side of this portal. And the moon is the secrets, the knowledge that you've been seeking, the deeper understanding and wisdom. You're being encouraged once again to use your passion to help tap into that. So if you've been feeling really overwhelmed, overworked, stressed out, wrong energies around you, feeling drained by people, you really need to engage with the energy of tapping into your passions. And that might mean getting away from, removing, cutting off, blocking, putting boundaries on energies that are disruptive, hindering, draining, whatever it might be. Let me go to the Dance with Life card. I'm going to just read this to you. Here we go. Dance with Life says, do something to change your energy. Life is always moving. If you resist this ever-changing flow, your energy will become stagnant and you will fall out of flow with the universe. The universe has a mysterious, intelligent force, a natural rhythmic beat which governs all life. One of the best ways to shift your energy, frequency, and vibration is to put on some music and dance along with it. When we dance unrestrained, our spirit takes over, and with each new bop, sway, and kick, we are rocked back into the harmony with the rest of life. Get unstuck by doing something that shifts your vibration. Put on some music, dance unrestrained, and fall into the frequency of life. In doing so, your body will begin to learn how to be moved by your intuition, which is connected with this systemic beat. If dancing isn't your thing, then simply do something you would not usually do to shift the energy. You cannot solve a problem with the same mind that created it, and you cannot attract a different experience without changing your energy first. It's time to shift things up and to find a way to dance along with the beat of your life. Your work-like action, do something to change your energy. So this is super important. It's very important for whomever resonates with this message that you are keeping your vibration up in an energy of joy, tapping into your passions, moving past these old restrictive energies that have been around you potentially for a long time. Understanding that you are evolving and growing and that you are in another awakening. But this one is different. This one is going to place you on that next level where most of these energies will not be able to touch you, at least not in a negative way. So guys, that is the reading for today. I want to thank you so much for being here. Definitely like, share, subscribe. I'll be back with you shortly here with another reading. I think I'm going to be doing one on the October 2nd, the eclipse, and then also on the current energies going on around the planet with the asteroid or whatever they're calling it that is in our gravitational pull in orbit with us right now. And so it's so interesting. I asked ChatGPT about how I should do an oracle read on that, and it was a really interesting answer. So I want to share with you what the AI response was, which is super interesting when we talk about AI and what it is really. And then I also want to share with you some cards on this universal energy that is affecting our entire planet at this time. So I will be back with you shortly to share a reading on that. But I want to definitely wish you an amazing, beautiful, high vibrational day. Good job with the work collective. Love you guys, and I look forward to being with you in the next read. My name is Ora-gen, and this is the Ora-gen Channel. Love and light.